start the look off, you want to make sure that your face is primed and moisturized. Well, moisturized and primed. So I applied my moisturizer of choice. I allowed that to set in, and then I went in with a primer. The reason I'm not showing my foundation application on camera is just to save a little bit of time post editing. So after I applied my moisturizer, I did apply 2 primers. The first primer is the Smashbox Photo Finish foundation primer. It is a pore minimizing and oil-free formula. The reason why I use this is for the pore minimizing properties inside of it. And then I went in with a primer water, and that would be this, which is the Smashbox Photo Finish primer water, and I just sprayed that all over my face. And the reason being is because I'm using a foundation that has a mattifying finish, a matte finish, so therefore I just wanted to hydrate the skin, so I decided the primer water would be perfect for what I was looking for. I will not be using a lighter concealer under my eyes to give me a highlighted look. What I am using today is the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and it looks like this. Excuse me. And the shade that I'm using is NC42. Of course, the reason being is because it's a shade lighter, and I just applied that with my e.l.f. blush brush. Okay, so I simply took this and I placed it under my eyes in the areas that I wanted highlighted. I also placed it on my chin, the sides of my mouth. I placed it in the middle of my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. Again, this is just going to help set that foundation that I applied, but also highlight the skin at the same time. So it actually saves me a little bit of time with applying a lighter concealer and then having to put a powder under it. To bronze up the face and give my face some warmth, I'm going to use another foundation powder, and this is the Studio Fix powder. And the shade I'm going to use is NW45. I apologize for it being upside down. And you can use foundation powders on top of a liquid foundation, but it's all about how light-handed you are so that your products do not look caked up. So I'm going to use the RC Cosmetics. This is a, I want to say like a slanted kabuki brush. It doesn't have a name or anything like that on it. And I'm just going to simply apply this in the areas that I would like to bronze up my face. So you're pretty much going to go on a 3 motion around the hairline, the jaw, your cheek, and then your jawline. And then you can also bring that down into your neck, and you just build that up whatever way you see fit. I'm actually going to apply a little bit more on the cheeks, and you'll see why later in the look. We're also going to take that same foundation that we use to bronze up our face, and I'm going to use my Flawless concealer brush. This is a brush that I purchased from Target, and the brand is e.l.f. I am going to apply this, a little bit of this, in the crease of my eye, and then I'm going to contour the sides of my nose with this. And again, all we're doing is pretty much just shaping the face, because once you apply foundation, everything pretty much looks really flat, and this isn't necessarily supposed to show up, so you don't have to apply a lot. You just do this and build it up to your own liking. Or the shade we're going to use on our eyes is actually a highlight, and it looks like this. This is by Becca Cosmetics, and this is the Opal, this shimmering skin perfector. And again, as I stated, this is in the shade Opal. So I'm going to take a flat shader eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to pick this product up on my brush. And this is similar to my last tutorial as well. We're going to make it defer just a little bit, which is what I love the most about natural looks. You can pretty much do the same steps, and then you can tweak like 1 or 2 things, and it'll make it look like you did something completely different. So we're just going to apply this on the inner third of our eye, top and bottom. Actually, on the top, you could probably place this all over the lid. The eyeshadow that we're going to use in our crease is by MAC, and you can use whatever you want. You can tweak this to whatever you like, and the shade is called Charcoal Brown. This was just the closest thing next to me, so I grabbed that. And I'm going to use this brush right here. This is by DivaDollFlawless. It's called an EB15 brush. See how it has a pointed tip on it? This is what's going to allow you to just get right in the crease. If you don't have a brush like this, then you can actually use this type of brush, which is a pencil brush. So you're going to pick up either one of those types of brushes and just simply apply this to your crease area. And you want this color to be focused right in this area, okay? And just blend it here. Get most of the color placed here. And then once you feel as though most of the color is off of your brush, you can then bring it across the eye. Once you're done, what you're going to do is just take either of those brushes and just keep blending until you get something similar to this. So you'll still have the line, but it will be blended out. I went ahead and did this side of my face so that you can have an idea of what it is that we're going to be doing, and you can also use it as a guide as you're doing the rest of the look, okay? We're going to use the NYX Gel Liner and Smudger. Okay, and the shade that we're using is brown, and it's from their Naughty and Nice collection, something that I had for a while. Comes in a little pot like this. And the brush I'm going to use to apply it is a Morphe 443 brush. Okay, so we're going to pick up some of that gel liner. If you are working off on a client, what you would like to do, and really you can do this on yourself as well, you need to scoop the product out, apply it to a metal dish, or if you have a clean sanitized hand, you can apply it to the back of your hand. If you're working with clients, you never want to work directly from your product. So now I'm going to take this and just wipe the excess off and make sure I'm twirling my brush so that all sides of the brush are getting covered. And I like to use my hand as a palette, so to speak. And now you just want to go ahead and line your eye. We are doing a rather thin wing, and make sure that you work in sections. Hopefully you can see this and it'll pick up on camera for you guys. But we're going to do a really thin wing, work in sections. And the brush that you use, the tools that you use are what allow you to get this done faster and easier. Or I'm just going to flip my brush and make my little flick of a wing. If you need to, you can go in and clean that up with a angled brush. But because this smudges out, is actually one of those types of formulas that'll be easy for me to clean up later. And then I'm going to take this angled brush and actually smudge this at the base of my lashes down here. On top of that brown liner, I'm actually going to go in with a black liner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and this one, the shade is called Trooper. Okay, so I'm going to use this. The reason is because it has such a fine tip on it. It's going to allow me to pretty much do like a double wing, but up close and in person you'll be able to see the transition from the brown to the black. So that's the idea that I had in mind for this. You don't need to take this all the way over. You can just pretty much start about the middle of your iris and draw a very thin line at the base of your lashes. If you need to pull your eye taut to do this, you can do so as well. But basically it's going to allow you to have the wing liner and some definition of the liner without it being like super black and really harsh. It'll still be something that you can wear maybe to the office or an everyday daytime or whenever you feel it's appropriate type of look. Now you want to go ahead and you can flip it and flick the ends of it as well. And like we did with the other one, if you want to take your angled brush and clean up that wing, you can. Take a brown eyeliner and you want to tight line your lashes under here. So you basically are doing this to fill in any gaps that may be in there, because when you put your mascara on, you don't want that to show. And then once you're done that, and that liner that I used was my Rimmel Scandal Eyes. It's just like a kohl liner. Now I'm going to use the same brand, but I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandal Eyes pencil, and this is in nude. Okay, So we're going to actually take this and apply it to our waterline at the bottom. And this is just going to help to keep the eye bright, even though we applied that brown and that black to it. Now what you will want to do is curl your lashes. I'm going to use my Tarte mascara, Tarte eyelash curler, and then I'm going to apply a couple coats of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. I'm going to take that same RC Cosmetics brush and that powder that we used as a bronzer, which is really a foundation, and we're going to take that, again using very minimal amounts, and we're going to apply this right here to the back of our cheeks. Remember earlier I told you guys that we would actually be applying more product here. We're not taking it all the way over to the cheekbone, just simply right on the back of it, okay? So we're going to blend that out really good. I'm going to take an angled brush and my City Color Contour Effects palette, excuse me, and I'm going to take the contour shade right there and tapping the excess off. I'm going to apply this again right where that bronzer was. So if you feel as if you apply too much, what you can do is just take your other brush and blend over top of that, okay? So this is going to give our cheeks some definition. Again, like I said, we're not bringing it all the way over here. Once you have those two colors applied to your cheek, if you feel as if you wanted to have just a little more of a kick to it, or more like a real contour look, you can take a pointed brush, a pointed foundation brush, something like this, and then you can take another powder foundation, and the shade I will use is NC45, and you can pick up a little bit of that on the tip of it, and then you can actually run that under that contour. And what that's going to do is really give that contour like a sharp look, so that you can tell that the cheek has some definition. That's not something mandatory, that's just optional, just to give you an additional tip, okay? Now as you can see, I applied all these foundation powders on my face. However, on camera and in person it does not look cakey, and that's because you need to be using very minimal amounts of your products. So now what we're going to do is wipe off our brush that we use for our contouring, and take that same highlight shade that we were using for our eyes, and we're going to highlight the cheekbones with it, or give the cheekbone a little bit of a glow. Get this blended on down the bridge of your nose as well, and Cupid's bow, and anywhere pretty much you would like to highlight. Last but not least, I was about to say last but not lips. Last but not least, we are going to put on a lip color. So I'm going to use the Milani matte lipstick, and this one is Naked, and this is number 61. So we're going to apply this all over the lips. If you want to use a lip liner, that's up to you. You can line your lips and fill them in if you would like. I'm not going to do that. On top of that lipstick, I'm going to go in with a lip gloss. This is a Sephora lip gloss that I purchased a while back, and the name of it is Perfect Nude. It's a shiny gloss, and the number, there's no way I think you guys can even see the bottom end, but the number on it is number 20. So Perfect Nude. Alright you guys, so that's it. That's the end of this look. If you want, you can go in with a setting spray of your choice. I like to use the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. You can purchase that from Ulta. But that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I had fun doing it. And as always, and until next time, have a greatest day. Doll Smooches. Mwah. Bye.